Welcome to episode 2 of the Northwest Beer Nerd Chronicles. Tonight's episode is Trappist Ales. My name's Tom.
We're on episode 2 already?
Episode 2, hard to believe.
My name is Paul.
And this will be Trappist Ales. See you on the other side. Welcome back. Tonight's episode is about Trappist Ales. Trappist Ales. Paul, what are Trappist Ales?
What the hell are Trappist ales, Tom? That's a good
why
question.
I'm asking. I don't have a clue.
So a Trappist ale is brewed by one of 7 Trappist monastic breweries in Belgium. It's sort of like champagne. It's a protected designation. And in order to be called a Trappist ale and for you to be telling the truth, you need to be brewed by these 7 breweries. Well, I can't name them offhand. That's what Wikipedia is for. We have a few of them tonight. We have a Chimay, Trappist ale. We have an Orval, Trappist ale. We have a Westmalle, Trappist ale. And we have a Trappist Roquefort, surprisingly, a Trappist ale. We also have a few other Belgian style and Belgian beers. We have a St. Bernardus, which they call an Abbey ale. It's brewed by monks, but not Trappist monks. And we have a local Seattle beer by Pike Brewery in a triple style. So Trappist is not necessarily a style. Within Trappists, you can have singles, doubles, tripels, any number of different styles that are brewed at these monastic breweries. Orval is an interesting case. Orval is not really brewed to a style. You could kind of say Orval is a style. It is also the only Trappist ale that is re-fermented with bacteria. I believe that after fermentation, it is put in the bottle, and it is re-fermented in the bottle with bread. And so that gives Orval sort of a unique character, and Orval is a nice beer to age for that reason too. You can lay it down, and it'll develop in the bottle. The flavors will change for a number of years. It's also kind of interesting because depending on the date, I think these bottles are dated, bottled on, it will change. You could buy bottles at 2 different times and they will all taste a little bit different. It's quite a nice beer, and it's also pretty interesting because you could have 2 bottles as we have tonight and they might taste different.
I think you just answered my next 3 questions in that first question.
Wow.
You just went off. So are you sure? You said that one was aged with Brett in secondary fermentation. Are there other Belgians, Trappist-style ales that are use secondary fermentation? I believe there are. Well, just none may use bacteria.
Yes, I believe a number of them are. And while I don't know all of them, I would wager to guess that most of them are re-fermented in the bottle. You can pretty easily tell. Do we have any stuff? This nice thick glass bottle, I can't tell, even with our crazy ass shooting lights. But I believe most of the Trappists are re-fermented and carbonated in the bottle.
So you mean to tell me that Trappist ales are different from Belgian ales?
They are different only in their designation of being a Trappist ale. They're from one of the 7 Trappist breweries, and I think we've already outstripped my Trappist knowledge. If you were going to ask how they became Trappist breweries, I don't know. But there's 7 of them. Most of them are available commonly at your finer beer stores. Things like Orval are very commonly available, which is good. Orval is an excellent beer. And Chimay is pretty commonly available. They have a few different ones. We have what they call the Reserve tonight. It's a big, strong beer. A lot of breweries might call that a quadruple, as it's a dark, strong beer. But one of the fun things about Belgian beers is they kind of play fast and loose with styles, kind of like American breweries do. They are not afraid to either have a beer without a style, like Orval, or to kind of play around within a style, as in the singles, doubles, and triples. You still, aside from them typically having a color associated with them, singles and triples are lighter in color. Doubles and quadruples are generally darker in color. They could have spices in them. They could not have spices. They could be clean beers. They could be sour beers. It's a really interesting place.
God love the monks. When they make beer, and the Trappist monks take the money they make from Trappist ales and give it back to the community. So what's up? I've noticed several of these beers have different color bottle caps and numbers associated with them. What's that all about?
There's a few designations. I already mentioned your singles, doubles, triples, and quadruples, which is sort of some general categories that Belgians use. They can also use these numbers. I don't know if you can see it, but that one has an 8 on top from the St. Bernardus Brewery. This one has a 12 on top from the same brewery. This beer from the, the Dis Roquefort Trappist Brewery is an 8. We have another one here that's a 10. And they use these numbers instead of those designations, I believe, at their whim to sort of classify their beers. I believe that this 8 is a double, and the 10 maybe
A triple?
Tripel? Mm-hmm. Is that, do you know?
Yes.
Okay, I did not. Tom brought some of these beers, and I brought some of these beers this evening. And most of the American breweries seem to go by the single, double, triple, quadruple designation, as this Pike brewery calls itself a triple.
Well, I think that's enough about Trappist ales. I think it's time to drink some
I
Trappist
think it's time
ales.
to drink as well.
So, until next time, remember, drink Northwest, because beer works.
I saw you last. Your face pressed up against the glass.